Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Trading Room for Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, set this aside. We do have a crude oil inventory report session at 10:30 this morning. YM is in a long and pre-market. It's gone too far. Crude has just stopped and reversed to long. Actually, let's go to 33 because we're stop and reverse. Nothing on unleaded. Crude is in the long trade, stopping and reversing from short. So we go from 09 to 23. 14 ticks, we're down 28. Pound Aussie picking up a short trade. Set up. Hasn't triggered yet. That is a trade off of the 50 EMA. 50 and the 20 right together, so that might not be a bad trade. Looks like a pullback reaction. This is subsequent action, so this is probably a trade we want to be in. Money management target just below the session low. Our first target. Money management at 99.87. Target 1 at 99.86. Money management on crude. So the stop will come to 24. And target 2 in hand at 35. So that is that won't be a power quitting yet. It did have the stop and reverse. 35 from 23 is 12. And 23 from 35 is 12. So we're still down 16. Target 2 will be worth, or target 3 actually will be worth 18. Put us 2 ticks positive. Looks like YM may be in short here. Yeah, now. Nope, that's way too fast to do anything with. Soybeans. Get in sync short. Came across the entry right at our start time. There's a new short on the YM. That one we should have time to be in. Only 18 ticks to target 1, so we'll go to target 2 on the YM. Micro Russell. That was too early. And doesn't look, yeah, that looks like it got to money management before we'd had a chance to get in. So no trade there. Partial win on the YM, transitioning into a long. This trade is easily big enough for, and there's target 1. So that is going to be power quitting on 2 trades. 35 ticks to target 1. Looks like we picked up 2 or 3 ticks times the 2 positions. 974 to 973 ticks. So we picked up 6 ticks net on the 2 positions. And there's a stop out on the YM at 48.037. YM is done. Soybeans. We're going to take this long trade without adjustment because we're just in a get in sync on the short side. So the long triggers in at 72 3/4. Looks like the pound Aussie trade, short trade triggered in. Okay, the YM is done, so I'll put unleaded up there. It has had no trades this morning. Crude goes through both targets. That's going to get us 2 ticks positive. Micro Russell. Yeah, no way to avoid that one. And it's not going to have gotten the money management. So then we look at the short, which should be a valid short trade. Looks like it probably came up. I'll have to go in and look at that, see if it hit the entry before going up to the stop. If so, it's a winner. All right. Let's duplicate that. Micro NQ is flat and just stopped out of its early trade that was too early. Another few seconds till we're in our time frame. Yeah, we're in the time frame now for trades. Actually, did we get? Oh, it's possible we got into this. Nope. That went too far. Micro Russell trade did stop out, so let's put the vertical in there and make it a 4-second. Let's put the line. Nope, it did not hit the entry before it went up to the stop. So it is a valid trade. Don't need that anymore. So that is a win. Target 3 and essentially a break even on the trailer. Win number 1. So we'll loss and a win on 2 trades. Soybeans hitting target. That'll be a one and done session. Now we just need to resolve the trade. Trailing stop at 1073 flat. Short trade on the micro NQ. A little fast to get in to start with. There's the entry. So in the short trade on the micro NQ. Unleaded, still no trades. Micro Russell is flat. Crude is done. Picked up both targets. 2 ticks positive. Break-even session. The 9 a.m. mini session. Short trade of the micro Russell. Trade number 3. Need 2 more ticks. It's going to be a 0.5. Definitely in the trade. Money management. So trade number 3 will be at least a break even. Micro NQ takes a full loss on trade number 1. Soybeans stops out. So we get target 1 and then 3 additional ticks for the 1 tick each for 3 positions. 13, 16, 4 points on the day. Oh, and there's a wick. That, I believe, is going to be a stop out at 078. That's going to be an intra-bar stop out of 078. Break even on micro Russell. definitely break even stop out. Long trade, that triggers in. Micro Russell. And that goes rapidly to money management, looks like. Need 3, and it's definitely at money management. It's going to be 12 flat. Trade number 4. Looking to get up above the 50, get to target 3. And had an excursion up there, but it's come back to test the 14. So soybeans is done. YM is done. No, fruit is done for the 9 a.m. We'll wait for the 10 a.m. Actually, we'll not have a 10 a.m. session because we do have a crude oil inventory report at 10:30. We'll take this session to about 10:15. We'll close this stream down and open a new stream about 25 after the hour, 10 o'clock, about 10:25 for the crude oil inventory report. That report should be out at 10:30, and we'll wait 2 minutes before starting to take trades. And another break-even stop out on Micro Russell. So we have a win, a loss, 2 break-evens. A possible long trade coming up on unleaded. That should be a trade off the 20 SMA with one more up bar. Beyond the current bar, that is. Pound Aussie back below the entry on the short. A little bit of activity this morning. I was expecting a slow morning with the FOMC report statement and interest rate release this afternoon at 2. All right, there's bar 2 on unleaded, looking for, so let's see, 88.20, 88.40, 46, I believe, is where the entry would be currently. still at the same place. Long setup on micro NQ. That had plenty of time to get in. That's a big trade. That's going to be a target. I expect that will be a target 1. Oh yeah, that's a target 1. First goal. Long setup. Oh, we took a very likely avoidable. We can check that one. Well, we have a long setup now that still valid, and even though it's hit the stop, takes a new crossover to cancel that. And 3. $17 flat for money management. Pound Aussie approaching the session low. 99.88 99.87 for money management. 86 for target. Micro Russell trade is still valid. Okay. All right, if this cross holds, that will cancel the long on the Micro Russell. We are long on Micro NQ. Short trade, there it was. I think that's probably get in sync at this point. It was a bit quick to execute. Down 2, it's going to be 10 flat. All right, that was an avoided short, and we now have a long. And popping through, that should be money management, I think. Let's see where we are there. Needs 3 ticks. Yeah, that's going to be money management. 17 flat again. Yeah, same trade. This time it's going to be successful. We're at money management. And target 3. So that's a win. We'll look for target 4. Target 4 in hand. Two wins, 2 break-evens, and a loss so far. Unleaded did pick up the long trade. It did come back a little bit. Entry at 41. Yeah, that bar pulled back to 17. So unleaded is long in its first trade. Target 4, yeah, target 4 in hand. Trailer at 16.9 on Micro Russell. Pound Aussie price back almost to the entry. 99.99. Slow movement, which is not unexpected on FOMC day. $17.4. Micro Russell stop now. Catapult Trader for Micro Russell and Micro NQ, both using Renko, custom Renko bars. Micro Russell using a 1.5 and 0.5, 1.5 point or 15 tick brick with a 0.5 or 5 tick offset. Micro Russell using a 12.48 tick brick with a 3 point or 12 tick offset. Soybeans is done, so we won't participate in this long. Micro NQ approaching the session high, just setting a new session high. Approaching target 1. This is a 30-something tick target. I'm sorry, 31.25 points to target 1. And there is target 1. So that will bring the stop to break even. And that is a winner. One win, one loss on the micro NQ this morning. 17.9 for the micro Russell stop. That's pausing in just a bit. So it may go ahead and stop out here just shy of target 3. And it does. So the third position is solid trailer. We'll be at money management or at break even on the stop of micro NQ for a while. It's got to get halfway between target 2 and 3 before it'll start trailing. Found Aussie hanging around its entry. Unleaded, set a new session high. Having some trouble getting up to the money management level. Not going to get a short here on micro Russell. We already had the crossover, and that the entry would not have been below the 22. So we have no trade there, right? Yeah, 22 EMA. Is our filter. See if it came close to the session open. See if it goes any lower. Test, going right at the session open now, testing the 50 EMA. Another new session high on unleaded. Crude taking a little bit of a run here, carrying unleaded with it. Money management. So unleaded will come to a stop at 88.42. Looks like it may move up more than that. Yeah, it's going to move up to 88.49. Or maybe even 88.53. Depends on how high up it closes. There it is. Yeah, 88.49. Target 1 in hand. Target 1 traders will be done. There is a final 6th trade on micro Russell. That's avoidable. Didn't have time to execute. touched the entry and then went to the stop. So that is a no trade. I saw it just in time to see it touch the entry. Need to get up above 89.20 to get target 2 on unleaded. $53 ticks for target 1, 82 for target 2 if we can get there. There's another move, 88.68 for the stop. Another pullback into the 20 SMA on pound Aussie. And we have a possible stop and reverse now in the pound Aussie. $20011, so 20013 will be our stop and reverse entry. And that's what it looks like right now. And a reverse to short, no adjustment because we are positive on the micro NQ. So again, one loss, one win, big win, or at least a, let's see. Entry at 296 3/4. And the long entry was 284 3/4, so 12 points times 3 remaining positions. So that's still an additional 36 points. We've got 67 and change points on that trade. Solid winner. That will offset the loss. It's going to be about 5 points positive. There's money management again. Unleaded getting very close to the stop. Looks like it's still in at 18 or 88.68. Nope, just stopped out. So target 1 traders are done. 53, 88.68 from 88.41, 27, 80 ticks for target 1 traders. Target 2 traders pick up the 27.54 ticks on the partial win. Pound Aussie did stop and reverse. At 0013. 14 pip risk on the stop and reverse. So that's a 70 pip loss. And the short trade on the micro Russell. So we should be pretty definitely be in that. And taking a full stop out for the final 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 break evens, 2 of everything this morning. And that would have been down to 12.5. So that is done. Trade plan is done. That one's going to be probably just slightly positive without going through the numbers exactly. Short trade on unleaded. Not sure if I like that one or not, but it's a trade plan trade. Target 2 traders only. Just missing target 2 on the micro NQ. We're kind of going sideways now. and target. And far enough to get us to trail. And coming back and stopping out on the trailer. Okay. 281 flat for the stop. Win number 2. Only 2 more minutes left. A couple more minutes left. I'm not going to try to follow this long. This would be trade 4 if it triggers. Two wins and a loss, I believe. Yes, 2 wins and a loss. Pound Aussie at the entry again. Unleaded is short. Pound Aussie is long. Micro NQ is long. Everything else is done. Pound Aussie testing the 50 EMA from below. Unleaded taking heat. Yeah, I'm going to have to call in the morning. Looks like target 2. The target 2 short on unleaded is in trouble. Not sure where the Pound Aussie is going to go or the Micro NQ. We will call in the morning, and I will be back in about 10 minutes with the crude oil inventory report. So don't go too far. New stream will start in about 10 minutes. We'll see you then.